Seeing in our Father's eyes, what would it be? The greatest things of all. To remember our greatest man, the way things used to be. Our father, John Fogel Sr., the one that God took away from us one day, as we see. To understand that he was a great man on earth today. Seeing in our Father's eyes, he was the one that gave us life. The man that we knew very well, that God took home one day, we remember him in a special way. Seeing in our Father's eyes, that's what it was all about. From a kid to an adult. And now he's no longer anymore, but he's in our heart, and we would never depart. Our father was loved by our family and our mom. To remember how wonderful the things were when he was here on earth today. To remember the greatest man as we celebrate his birthday in a couple days. As we shed a tear for him, to remember he was a great man that standeth on the land. And the thoughts and the memories that live on today, to understand he was a man, our father, and the one that stood by us every morning and night and day, seeing in our Father's eyes as we grow up. And now he's on to another land that God had created for him. Remembering how we used to talk and the way we walked when we were kids one day, to understand he was the greatest man that God had taken away. And how will we ever know who he was if we didn't give it the chance to hold us and say that he loved us every day? How would he understand he was a great man that lived on earth one day? But as we remember him on his birthday, a couple days yet to come, to understand he was the greatest man that God has given to the land. He was our Father. Seeing in his eyes, that's what it's all about. And most of all, we want to say, between the brothers and sisters and your son and your other son too, and to remember the things you did that we once knew. Like a clown you was that day, to remember, understand, you played the guitar and act silly that way. Seeing in my father and me, it was what it was all about. In our family in times, to understand, he was the greatest man that God ever brought to the land. We miss you and we love you, and I dedicate this video to you, our beloved father, John Fogel Sr. We miss you and we love you very well.